So how has your knowledge of different languages and cultures impacted your work in technology and strategic communication?
I always like to see the perspectives of other people and also other cultures. And I think in the Western world, people easily forget that there's still the rest of the world, and it's huge.
How can individuals and organizations refuse to act like machines and retain their humanity in a tech-driven workplace, right?
The problem actually is not technology. It's human behavior, how we use it. And you have to dive deep and find out where's the real problem. Why do we not really appreciate people? Why do we not appreciate them in their roles? Why do we think in a linear way? And how can we break out of that?
So folks, you have tuned into TGV and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, the world's only quadrilingual podcast at this moment of recording, and we are trying to embark into multiple languages as we speak, and here we embark on transformative conversations for a better future, and we want to simplify and amplify your journey to success. I'm your host Navin Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place by bringing you wisdom through valuable discussions with experts designed to simplify and amplify your success. And thank you so much for tuning in. So folks, we have a repeat guest on the show today, Ursula Eysin, who is joining us from Austria. And she transitioned from a career as a production manager and presenter in theater, opera, film, and TV to becoming a passionate technology consultant and communication professional. She's fluent in Mandarin, Chinese, and other languages. And Ursula's expertise spans scenario thinking, innovation, technology transfer, and also strategic communication. She mentors the startups, evaluates projects for the European Commission, and writes a monthly column for the Austrian technology magazine E-Media. And as we prepare to delve into our conversation on the topic at hand, under pressure, technology's dehumanizing grip on the workplace. Interesting topic, isn't it? But before we get into the topic, here is an exciting twist as always. Let us tickle our guest's brain. So Ursula, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few. Would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. If you're ready, let's get started.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay, here comes the first word. Curiosity.
Should never stop.
Invention.
Doesn't equal innovation.
Future.
At no point in time are we powerless to the future.
And here comes the next one. Innovation.
Is needed at this point in time.
Success.
Can take a while, so be patient.
Scenario.
Scenario creation is a powerful tool to bring the subconscious to the conscious mind.
Mentor.
Can boost your success rapidly.
Vision.
Equally as important as living in reality and living day by day.
Strategy.
Culture eats strategy for breakfast.
Love it. And here comes the last word. Communication.
Better communication means better relationships, means better life.
Wow. Spot on. I loved all your responses, Ursula, and thank you so much for participating in the first rapid fire round. And as you're aware, there is second rapid fire round toward the end of the episode, so stay tuned. And before I formally welcome you again to the show, let me welcome the audience. So folks, you have tuned into TGV, and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, where we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. I'm your host Navin Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place through valuable discussions that add value not only to your life but also to your career. And we want to simplify and amplify your journey to success, and we drive exciting conversations with guests across the world to simplify and amplify your life's success. And thank you so much for tuning in. And Ursula, welcome back to the Guiding Voice, and thank you once again for joining me today. How are you?
Thank you for having me back. It's really a pleasure to be with you tonight. I'm very good. How are you, Naveen?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much. And let's get the ball rolling. So, Ursula, can you share a bit about your journey from working in theater, opera, and film to becoming a technology consultant and communication professional, right? So how did your background in the arts influence your approach to technology and business?
Actually, it comes together nicely with creative AI at the moment, because now I'm really excited. We now can craft little operas with songs created by AI dedicated to a company within a day. And it's really Hollywood quality, almost. It will get there eventually, I think. And you can really get out all the ideas you have in your head quickly, much quicker than I could in opera and film production, to be honest. So I'm really excited. Today, really, creative AI for me brings all my life story together. I really have to say that way. All the creativity and the technology together really now can enhance human creativity in an enormous way. And I want to use technology to enhance human potential, not to destroy it.
Wonderful, wonderful, Ursula. And you are fluent in Mandarin and have worked with Chinese television in your early 20s, right? So how has your knowledge of different languages and cultures impacted your work in technology and strategic communication?
I think it's always good to have different perspectives. I always like to see the perspectives of other people and also other cultures. And I think in the Western world, people easily forget that there's still the rest of the world, and it's huge. I mean, China, India, etc. So we are not the center of the world. So I think that was really enriching. And I always insist to have different perspectives, and it helped me a lot along the way. And I also think it's part of my success in business.
Amazing. And you have spoken about how technology is both a useful tool and a potential threat. So what do you mean when you say people are trained like machines and then threatened to be replaced by machines?
I think all our education systems and also corporations are based on linear thinking, which is kind of a machine thinking, in fact. And for creativity, we have to think out of the box. I know all people say out of the box, but what is the box you think out of? So we use creative processes like future scenario thinking to really create new thinking, to change perspectives. And I think that's very important. And I also think it's a very bad approach to think that in the workplace that people are disposable like garbage. Like, I think AI, the flip side of AI is it is used by the media, by corporations, by politics to threaten people, to tell them we can dispose of you, we just use AI. It's not that simple. Just try using AI, and you know that's really stupid to say that. It can enhance your creativity, but it doesn't do everything for you. And you never can dispose of people like garbage. I think that's really a dehumanizing view of people.
And also, how can individuals and organizations refuse to act like machines and retain their humanity in a tech-driven workplace, right? Because people are becoming robotic increasingly day by day with the advancement
Totally.
of technology. And can you provide some specific strategies or examples?
Yes, you're very right about that. And that's also why I'm concerned. And that's also why we apply, for example, the future scenario process, which is a really good way to take a deep dive to the root causes of that. Because the problem actually is not technology, it's human behavior, how we use it. And you have to dive deep and find out where's the real problem. Why do we not really appreciate people? Why do we not appreciate them in their roles? Why do we think in a linear way? And how can we break out of that? And we actually help with that. And you should establish a people first culture, a human first culture in your business.
Yeah, I think people first culture is very important in this digital age. And as long as we are empathetic and treat them like humans, I think that will go a long way. Great insight there, Ursula. And let's move forward. Like in your column Code Red, right? You highlight various issues in the tech world. And what are some of the most concerning trends you have observed and what can be done to address them?
I think that what we talked about, the dehumanizing grip of technology on people, is the most concerning trend, because then we go away from a people first world and a human first world to a technology first world. And as a technology optimist, I want to see technology used in a human way, and that we work together. And I think that's totally possible. And of course, the other concerning thing is when someone misuses technology to control other people, to sway other people. And that's, of course, not a very good development.
Got it. And also, can you talk about the concept of this assisting ourselves to death and how fully automated life hacks can be detrimental to our lives and future?
Yes, I'm concerned about too much automation. I talked about AI for creativity, but I would not use it to do everything, because in fact, life is not convenient. And that specifically, I address our US colleagues, because for them, everything has to be convenient, and life as such is not convenient. If everything is done for you, you actually cease to live. That's not really a life worth living. There will always be obstacles and challenges in life, and that's how it's meant to be. Then we become, as humans, very creative and overcome the challenges. And in collaboration, that's the best thing. People can work together and overcome obstacles. And this is really, really important. And you can not make everything convenient and everything just is done for you, because where does it end? Where does it end? Now, all the delivery services, I think it eventually ends in a Wall-E scenario, if you know the film, where everyone is just sitting in their chairs and is getting fat, and people are getting very fat and don't do anything. That's terrible. So, well, that's a dystopia. So I don't want to live in that kind of a world.
Makes sense, actually. And Ursula, you mentor various startups and also you are an expert evaluator for the European Commission, right? So what common challenges do you see startups face today? And what advice would you give them to overcome these challenges?
I think many startups really underestimate the efforts you have to put into marketing and communication, and especially also personal branding. Because as a startup, you will never have the huge marketing budgets of the big companies. So you have to start personal branding from day one, because actually the story of the founders, etc., that is your story. This is how you can circumvent the huge marketing budgets. And I think usually, because very often it's in the tech world, startup founders are engineers, they always underestimate the need for communication.
Awesome. And those are all like spot on responses. And Ursula, we have had amazing conversation so far, and it's time for us to add some more spice and some more excitement to the episode.
Hello, I'm Steve Ahern, one of the judges of the Asia Podcast Awards. I'm interrupting this episode to let you know that you're listening to an award-winning podcast. This podcast won its category in the 2024 Podcast Awards, so you know you're listening to quality. Enjoy your listening experience, and congratulations to the team who created this award-winning podcast for you.
If you're ready, let me kick off the second rapid fire round.
Let's do it.
Okay, comes the first question out of the second rapid fire round. What is the weirdest thing you have ever Googled?
What are these ridiculously small, tiny, little red bugs we found on the Balkans? And the answer was they are clover mites, little spiders. But they're so small, they are microscopic.
Here comes the next one. If you could swap lives with any fictional character, who would it be?
I'm actually not much into fiction, but I can name you real characters who have lived, and I would love to be Leonardo da Vinci or Mozart.
Superb. And the next one, would you rather travel 100 years into the past or 100 years into the future?
100 years into the future. I would like to see what happened.
And if you were a tech gadget, what would you be and why?
I would be an iPhone. It's elegant, it's powerful, and it can enhance your creativity.
Love it. And if you had to wear a t-shirt with one word on it for a year, which word would you choose?
Create.
Wow. And the last one for the second rapid fire round. If you had to be handcuffed to one person for a month, who would it be and why?
It would be my brother.
Perfect. And I loved all your responses. And let's flip back to the mainstream, Ursula. So with the rise of AI and automation, how do you envision the future of work, and what skills and mindsets will be essential for future professionals?
I hope it will be much more creative and innovative than it is now, that we break out of linear thinking. And I think people should actually really learn the AI, the creative AI tools like Midjourney, Leonardo AI, Luma Dream Machine, Runway, and Suno for sound. And I really encourage people, and we also do a lot of trainings to establish this knowledge in companies so they can get much more creative than they are now.
Superb. I thoroughly enjoyed the insights like last time. And how is your experience being hosted on The Guiding Voice for the second time?
Oh, it's fantastic again. You're such a good host, and it's always so much fun to talk to you.
Same here, Ursula, and looking forward to hosting you again in future with some other exciting topic. And thank you once again for joining me today, and look forward.
Thank you for having me again.
All right. So friends, that was our episode with Ursula Eysin. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request. If you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, please share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who would also like TGV, The Guiding Voice, to spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Now, let's hop into the trivia segment of today's episode. And having had amazing conversation about the demerits of technology and why should we be focusing on the human aspect when dealing with employees and so on with Ursula, I thought, let me present you 3 lesser known or often overlooked demerits of technology. First one is about digital amnesia, which is the Google effect. And the fact is that increasing reliance on digital devices to store information is causing people to forget information more easily, and a phenomenon known as the digital amnesia. And studies have shown that individuals are less likely to remember information if they believe they can easily find it later online. And this dependence on technology for memory can reduce cognitive function and negatively impact our ability to retain and recall information. Sounds scary, isn't it? Next is about impact on mental health. For overuse of technology, especially social media, can significantly contribute to mental health issues like anxiety, depression, and also loneliness. The constant comparison to others' seemingly perfect lives on social media platforms can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. Additionally, excessive screen time disrupts sleeping patterns, which can further exacerbate mental health problems. Third is about the most dangerous one, reduction in the physical activity. So increased use of technology in daily life has contributed to a sedentary lifestyle, leading to various health issues like obesity, cardiovascular diseases, and also diabetes. So with the convenience of online shopping, streaming services, virtual interactions, people are spending more time sitting and less time engaging in physical activities. And this lack of movement is detrimental to physical health and contributes to a range of chronic health conditions. So these are the things which I would like to talk as part of trivia. But before I let you go, folks, I would love to hear from you. What are you doing to curb these demerits of technology? Are there any best practices that you are following either to reduce your screen time or increase your physical activity or deal with any of the demerits of technology? I would love to hear from you. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome community. So do not hesitate to share your ideas, feedback either through our social media, or you can also email us at theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com for as in digit 4 and you as in letter U. And let's create content that resonates with you. I'm your host Naveen Samala, lifelong learner, and my goal is to have impactful conversations that simplify and amplify your life's success. So until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember, the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care. Love you all.